Batman broke Nightwing's arm and Talia handed him a gun and told him to kill him. Nightwing told Batman he doesn't kill. He never killed. That's when we see Batman struggling, but he couldn't anymore. He's gonna surrender to her control. But if he's in the wrong side, a lot of people will die, so he aimed a gun over his head. And, well, stick around to know what happened. But, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Our story begins with a man being tortured for information. Suddenly, a smoke bomb blew up and the criminal started to disappear, and that was the Batwoman. She faces Electrocutioner, and that's when Batman showed up to help her. They beat the hell up of Electrocutioner and his men, but Batman knew this was not just a break-in, and they are working for someone new. And that's when we know it's the Heretic. You may confuse him with Bane like I did, but Heretic is one of the clones made by the DNA from Damian Wayne, aka Robin. Batman tried to take Heretic down, but he was well trained with a lot of strength, so he beat up Batman and threw the Batwoman to her death. But Batman used his hook to grab and swing her outside the window, and that's when the whole place exploded. In a temple in Himalaya, Robin saw a post about Batman missing for 2 weeks, so took his bag and left. Nightwing was taking down some criminals when he got a call from Alfred. Then we go to Wayne Industry and see Bruce having a call with the company managers, but that was Alfred using a high-tech to use Bruce's picture. After the call, Alfred and Nightwing aka Dick Grayson was talking about Batman's death, and now the city lives without Batman. Fox was meeting his son, trying to convince him to join Bruce's company, but he wants to follow his own path. Meanwhile, Kate, aka Batwoman, was meeting her father, and her father knows she's the Batwoman and also knew she's still looking for Batman cause she can't believe he died in the explosion. Then she sees the bat sign in the sky, but no one's gonna respond to that. But the strange thing was the Batmobile crossing over, so she left to see if the Batman is back. Black Mask was finishing one of his deals when the Batman showed up and started to beat his men up with Robin. When they finished them off, we come to know that it's not the real Batman, and it was Dick. They got in a Batmobile and found out someone is following them, so they stopped in a small alley, and the one following them was the Batwoman, who wanted to make sure if he is the real Batman or not, but she figured it out immediately. But she looked in the bright side and she told him he's gonna fool everyone. She took them to the place where Batman died and told them about what happened. Robin didn't trust her, and he can't see Dick playing Batman. But Dick told him that's the last thing he wants, is to be in that suit, and the Batwoman was the last one to see Batman alive. Alfred calls them and told them about Batman knowing the identity of Batwoman and showed them the record Batman did about her. The record had basic info, her name, her father's name, and she was kidnapped with her sister and her mother, and on the rescue mission, she was the only one left. Batman knew she has extreme ways of fighting crime and can't decide between taking her under his wing or to finish her. Dick was shocked to know that Kate Crane is the Batwoman cause he knows her personally. Meanwhile, Fox was in his office working late until his son entered to let him know he missed their dinner. That's when Heretic and his men break into the room and demanded him to get them into the vault. Dick received the alert from Wayne Company about the break-in, and he knew they wanted to get into the vault. Fox was playing dumb about what they wanted, but the Heretic threatened him by his son, so he had no other choice but to open the vault. They knew what they were looking for, and Fox asked them how. Heretic told him this is the 21st century and hardly anyone can keep a secret. Then he stabbed Fox. Batman shows up with Robin. Batman faced Heretic and Robin faced his men. Dick was no match for Heretic, so he was defeated so quickly, and Heretic knows he's not the Batman. And Robin managed to beat the criminals, but he was no match for Electrocutioner. He was gonna kill him, and Heretic told him not to, but he didn't follow the orders, so Heretic killed him. Heretic took what he wanted and left with his men. Then we see Bruce in a nightmare, and yes, he's still alive. He was watching his parents get killed and wake up from the dead trying to drown him, and when he tried to get out, he'd been pulled back to the bottom. That's when we come to know he's been an experimental subject for Talia al Ghul. They wanted to brainwash him and make him one of their soldiers, but he's tough, like he's getting his strength from pain. Meanwhile, Luke was with his father in the hospital, and Dick came to visit. Luke tried to convince Dick to join the fight to avenge his father, but Dick told him it's not safe and not his choice. Then he goes to meet Batwoman, and he took off his mask, and she was surprised it was Dick, and she told him that Batman created her when he saved her. Meanwhile, in the Batcave, Robin was going out and suddenly he was shot by a sedative dart, and that was Heretic. Before he passed out, he tried to take him down, but it was a desperate try. Luke was in the vault, trying to get the gear he needs to avenge his father, and he wears a Batman suit with really high tech and weapons. Alfred calls Dick and told him about Damian's disappearance, but luckily, his suit got a tracking device. Meanwhile, Robin wakes up hanging upside down in front of Heretic and Bruce. So he asked what you're doing and who are you? Heretic told him, I am you, and he's a clone from his DNA. He was made by his mother Talia with a lot of others, but he was the only one left. Heretic brought Damian here to steal his memories and feelings cause he wants to feel the love of his mother like she loves Damian. But when she finds out what he did, she slapped him, and when he told her about what he need, and I mean some love and compassion, she killed him cause he's flawed. Heretic's assistant didn't like what Talia did, and she had a look of you're gonna regret this. Meanwhile, Dick and Batwoman was heading to the church where Damian is, and they came across some nuns. The peaceful and kind picture of nuns in my head got blown up when I saw all that guns and weapons those nun carries, and a nun with weapons and skills is ninjas. They faced them, but they were outnumbered until Luke showed up and helped. When Talia and the others heard the noise, they decided to take their gear and get out and left Bruce and Damian. Damian managed to free himself and freed Bruce and got out of there. The whole place starts to fall cause of the fight between Luke and the Fireflies, but all of them managed to get out of there safe. Batman, Robin, and Nightwing returned to the Batcave, and Bruce was mad cause Dick revealed all their secrets to the Batwoman and Luke. Alfred tried to defend him cause Dick had no other choice. Then we see in the news that politicians from more than 20 countries came to Gotham to see how the modern tech will shape their future, and Bruce Wayne was the one who's gonna present the conference. Meanwhile, Kate was chilling in her apartment, and by accident, she saw her father holding a gun over her head. She managed to dodge, beat him up till he passed out. In the same time, we see Talia's men breaking in the conference room, and apparently, they're preparing themselves to take over the world. Bruce begins to present the high modern tech his company got, and the place they're in begins to fly, and everybody's impressed. Everybody in that building was wearing some kind of headphones because they've been told it's one of the new inventions and they're gonna try it. But Talia's men are gonna use these headphones to brainwash every single one of them. And imagine if Talia is controlling most of the politicians all over the world. She, with these, can control the world. Meanwhile, Catwoman was telling Nightwing and Robin about what happened, so they knew that she's the Batwoman, and that's when they knew how Heretic knew about the vault. Bruce told them. Robin couldn't believe him, but Nightwing knew that Talia is not finished and still got something. That's when Luke showed up and told him about what he found in the drive he got from the church. And it contains all the names of the politicians from the conference, and with jumping from lead to another, they discovered her plan. On the ship, Alfred noticed something strange, so he asked Bruce about it, but he knocked him out. That's when the brainwashing began. The ship was heading to Wayne Tower, and Robin managed to switch the power to the other engine, and with the help of the suit, Luke managed to push the ship away. Batman defeated Nightwing, and Talia handed him a gun and told him to finish him. And that's when Robin showed up and told his mother that her plan is not what his grandfather wanted. So she told Batman to kill Robin first, but Nightwing told Bruce he doesn't kill. He never kills. Here, we can see Batman struggling to break Talia's control, but it was hard, so he aimed over his head, and Talia tried to kill Nightwing, but Batman shot her hand, and finally, he managed to break off her control. She tried to run away, but she was surrounded by all of them, but she managed to break the window and jumped. They thought she jumped to her death, but she jumped over her ship and ran away, but it's not over for her. Cause we see Onyx behind her, and as a revenge, she killed her. The ship hit the water and exploded. After that, everything is back to normal. Kate is dating again. Bruce is back as Batman, and he helped Robin to get over his mother's death, cause despite her evil mind, she still is his mother. Luke decided to keep the suit, and Fox is gonna live. And the most important thing is Gotham can sleep safe, cause there are 4 bats watching over it. Well, 4.5. And that's when the movie ends. Thanks for watching. See you soon, and goodbye.